Hello, my good friends and fellow sojourners. I'm enjoying talking to you about what the Lord has done in my life and all the many miracles. And I want to share a special memory that I have about what the Lord did for us. Um, Several years ago, probably closer to 30 plus years ago, we bought 40 acres of land out east of Colorado Springs, and it was bare land. There was nothing on it. No power, no sewer, no septic, no um, well, um, just a piece of dirt. And I teased my husband. I said, I said, now we're going to become land barons because nobody in our family, other than my grandparents, had owned acreage before. And 40 acres, boy, that seemed like a lot of land. And we had some friends that lived on that same street, and that's the reason we actually found the piece of property, was because we'd gone to visit our friends. And we told them, well, we're going to be land barons. And they said, oh, there's a big difference between being a land baron and owning barren land. we realized that was true. It just had yucca on it and some prairie flowers and that kind of thing. But we got a kick out of that. Well, we decided we were going to dig a well or have a well drilled on our property. And it was a big open field. And my husband said, where do you think we should put the well? And I said, anything out there in the pasture would be fine. That's, I think a house built there would be nice. And so he told the hammockers, they were the water drilling people, just go out there in the field anywhere in the middle of the field and help yourself. So, well, that night I had a dream, and we had taken we got some straw bales, hundreds and hundreds of straw bales delivered down from the Alamosa area in Colorado, and we were going to build a straw bale house. This is when those were really popular. So we had all of these bales stacked up in a huge stack, and in my dream, the Lord showed me that we were supposed to build or we were supposed to drill the well by those stack of straw. And I told my husband that morning, I said, we've got to go out there and stop them. We tried to call them. They weren't there. They're already headed towards our property. And about the time we started to step out the door to go catch them from setting up their drilling rig, somebody came to the door and kept us tied up for about 25 minutes. And it's about a half-hour drive from here to the land. And so we hurriedly got out there, and sure enough, they were out there in the middle of the field, already starting to drill. And boy, was he upset when my husband said, oh, wait a minute, we've changed our mind. We want you to go and over there by the straw bale, or the bales of straw, and do that. And boy, he was cursing and throwing his equipment back, and he'd already started drilling. And I think he'd gone down like 30 feet already. And he got back to the place where I pointed to him, and he said, well, this is as good a place to drill a dry well as anything. And I thought, well, that's kind of scary. You think you're not gonna hit water or what? So now we had limited funds because we were working with one income, as I told you before. And so I'm in the car praying and saying, Lord, please don't let this go any more than 300 feet. That's all the money we have, is no more than 300 feet. And that same day we were having a solar eclipse. It was back in 1993. We're having a solar eclipse, and I'm marveling at the fact that the moon is covering the sun. It's kind of dark, and I thought, well, I wonder if there's something spiritual about this. But so I'm praying, saying, Lord, please just be merciful and don't let this go past 300 feet. Well, about, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, they hit water. And I was rejoicing, and my husband came and says, no, that's the first aquifer. We have to go farther down. That water's already adjudicated, promised to somebody else. So sure enough, they went down right around 300 feet, and they hit water. And I was rejoicing and thinking, thank you, Lord, because that's all we could afford. And then when we got the bill, it was for 330 feet. He charged us for the 30 feet that he drilled someplace else. And the miraculous part of it was that there was somebody else drilling just northwest of us, about maybe a half of a mile. And they were drilling when we drove past them, and they were still drilling when the hammockers left. And do you know they didn't hit water that day? And the next day they came back continued to drill, and they never hit water. And here, 30 some years later, that place has been abandoned because the trailer that they set in there and other outbuildings couldn't be lived in because there was no water. So the Lord was gracious. He showed me exactly where that well needed to be drilled, because otherwise we probably would have been looking at a dry well on that other piece of property that I didn't care where I had no clue where we were going to build a house or anything else. But the Lord showed me in a dream where to put it. He didn't lead us astray. So we got our water, and it's sweet and it's good and it's a gift from God. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this story. God bless you. Bye-bye.